Hi, Donald. How are you feeling about Democrat Zoran Mamdani winning the New York mayoral election?
New York will remain a city of immigrants, a city built by immigrants.
And Democrat Mickey Sherrill winning the New Jersey governor election.
I am incredibly honored to be your next governor.
And Democrat Abigail Spanberger winning the Virginia governor election.
Tonight, we sent a message.
It makes you feel sad. Oh, I know, baby. Sorry, are you playing Hurt by Johnny Cash in the background, Donald? I can't really hear you. Now you're playing Memory from Cats the Musical on top of that, Donald. Is that Adele you're adding into the mix now? It's really quite horrible to listen to, Donald. Now you've thrown Billie Eilish, What Was I Made For, into the mix. Why not? Donald, these 4 songs when played together don't gel at all. What do you mean you're going to listen to what Mamdani said? What are you talking about?
So, Donald Trump, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
No, Donald, please don't do that.
Unfortunately, I think a lot of conservatives or independent thinking people are at the point of let New York City fall. If they feel like a socialist, communist, Marxist person like Zoran Mamdani is the person to run their city.
Girl, shut your ass up. They voted for him. Get over yourself. You don't even live in New York. As a matter of fact, you and all the conservatives that are so scared that it's going to be it's going to be crazy out there, don't visit New York. Y'all sound slow than a motherfucker came on here and said, hey, man, we should make sure that we tax the ultra wealthy that are running amok and making so much money in New York because it's so unaffordable. We should have them contribute more so that we can make these buses free. Y'all not even, and this is the craziest thing. These motherfuckers want you to believe that they are America first. But then they're saying you should suffer. What the f-? Now, let me say this as I congratulate Zoran Mamdani. The work is not done. The work is not over. Okay? And I've been feeling like that's been the problem, is that after a win, people get complacent. This is when you start putting a foot on their neck. Right? Notice all the landlords. Notice all the ultra rich like 50 Cent. Notice all these people who are reacting to Zoran Mamdani winning. And the only thing they got to say about him is his Middle Eastern complexion. That's it. That's all. They ain't talking about his policies. They're not talking about anything that he plans on doing for the city of New York. The fact that you are so worried about backgrounds, but you weren't worried about Andrew Cuomo's background, that makes sense to you? But like I said, if you that stressed out about it, don't go visit New York then. Do not go to New York. Stay your ass in them cornfields.
Now that Mamdani has won the mayoral race in New York, how long do you think it's going to take for all the terrible people who said they were going to leave New York to leave? Because I'm wondering, do you think hotel rates might go down if, there's a mass exodus? There's not going to be. I'm wondering because I want to take my kids to New York. Possibly before the end of the year, I'm thinking maybe. I don't know. I would love recommendations from New Yorkers. So if you are a New Yorker or very familiar with New York, where should we stay? What are some things I should do with a 6 and 11-year-old? I'm talking like iconic touristy shit, not niche hidden gems. Like I'm bringing kids. I want them to see like the New York that you see on a postcard, that kind of stuff. Also, I was thinking I would just drive from Boston and park in the city. I know how parking in cities work. I know it'll be expensive and crazy. Like I'm talking about maybe find a garage or something. I feel like that will be cheaper than taking all of us on a train or something. So I'm just trying to figure out the best mode of transport to get to the city. I've also done like the train from Darien into the city before. Maybe that's a possibility. So I would appreciate any recommendations. Well done, New York. You should be proud of yourselves.
Well, the Republicans are cooked. And boy, isn't it tasty. The lady I voted for, Abigail Spanberger, will be the governor of Virginia. Mamdani will be the mayor of New York City. And Mickey Sherrill will be the new governor of New Jersey. And my friends, this is but a taste of the blue wave that will be coming for the Republicans in the midterms of 2026. And let me tell you why. The American people are tired of having a baby in the White House. A vindictive child who is up all hours of the night, ranting in all capital letters and posting ridiculous AI videos as he runs this economy into the ground and stands in front of the camera saying, "I'm the most successful president of all time. The prices are way down, I promise, with my secret numbers." We're tired of this shit. The Republicans are so incompetent at running government that it's only been a year and they've already run the economy into the ground. So I hope they enjoy the time they have left, Republicans, because come this time next year, it's going to be time to grab your shit and get the out. Okay? All right. And to my Democrats, great job today. I'm proud of you. Let's keep it going.
So guys, the recent elections, especially the New York mayoral race, has changed the landscape of politics in America. So many people predicted that Mamdani was gonna win, even though others did not believe that that is going to be possible. I was not surprised myself because I know how New Yorkers would have voted, especially the candidate that Mamdani was running against wasn't like serious to that thing. They did not know how to convince voters or how to go to the level of local citizens or local voters in order to convince them to give them their votes. And so this was so easy for Mamdani. For Virginia, I did not even know that that was going on, but kudos if the very candidate that won. And also I'm learning that he or she is from the Democrat Party, which is a very positive step towards the progressives trying to regroup again or once again. But the real problem is that if progressives are winning right now, are they able to make a single person stand against maybe, let's say, somebody like Donald Trump or JD Vance come 2028? But that is a long-term question because a lot can happen in between, because 3 years have remained and a lot will be cooking during that period. But coming the next midterm election 2026, this is where now it will become worrying to the Conservative Party. But hey guys, before we even dive deeper into this matter, let's continue listening to more opinions, including those from the Republican side or Conservative side, and then thereafter we're gonna have an unsolicited commentary. So I'm gonna urge you to stick around. Let's go.
So Mamdani won, and what now? Well, congratulations, Lauren, on the historical win. You will be held accountable to come through on all your promises to the great state of New York and to all of us watching you, because you serve as an example of what may come. But what can we expect from the White House? Well, you can expect a narcissistic escalation, a good old-fashioned mantrum that will come from Donald Trump and his whole pathological cabinet that will make sure to rage, blame, and escalate the fear of the world to make everyone feel as if they do control power, because you have to remember, anytime that they don't exert power and get the result that they want to, anytime that anything feels like rejection, that feels like death to the ego of a narcissist. And of course, it can be scary because these people do have power, but what you'll be witnessing isn't an execution of power. It will be the convulsions of a false sense of self losing supply. So with every win from the people comes a weakening of the propaganda machine where cruelty is the intention. Stay grounded, stay factual, and don't feed the spectacle. That being said, make sure you use your power and privilege to check on the more vulnerable, because a time of more escalation will always be the benefit of the privilege, but at the deficit of the most vulnerable. So check on your neighbors, make sure that they are safe and sound, make sure that your local community has enough food to feed the hungry. This is a time where it is reflective that the power of the people will always supersede the pathology of the few. And to anyone that's afraid of the word socialism, please just remember that socialism built the middle class of this country, and without the middle class American, there would be no world power of America. And then to all the people that are afraid of a man of a different religion, I need you to remember that the grounding factor of Jesus Christ was his ability to be a humanitarian above all. Jesus Christ is the greatest socialist in all of our history. So lean on that if you actually believe in faith, rather than pandering to your misinformation. This perhaps could be the answer to your prayers. Anyway, people, carry on. Boycott longer than a week and stay steadfast because they're clowning us to our face.
I rarely do this, but breaking news, Zohran Mamdani wins the New York City mayoral election. Democrats won big today, and Donald Trump is going to have a big, massive meltdown in all caps dozens of times over the night and into the morning. I'm sure of it. Mostly because some of the biggest victories were at the hands of women. Yes, women won the day. Mikey Sherrill won the governorship of New Jersey, beating out a Republican man. Abigail Spanberger won the governorship of Virginia, the first female governor of Virginia. Ghazala Hashmi won the lieutenant governorship of Virginia, and she is the first Muslim woman to win a stateside office in U.S. history. The Democratic Socialists, the women, the Muslims, this is Donald Trump's worst nightmare, baby. And this is of their own making. This is of his own making. You go this far to the right, this is what happens over here on the left. Oh, and his meltdown is going to be epic. He's going to say some of the most vile, disrespectful, disgusting things about these women and Zohran Mamdani, of course.
Y'all really don't know how bad you just effed up. This just came on my phone. And to be honest, I knew he was going to win, but I just was hoping deep down that liberals would come to their senses for once in their life and not vote for Zohran Mamdani. You really just don't know what you did. You really don't. You guys think that he is going to just make everything free, 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 free. It doesn't work. It's never worked. It's not going to work. And you literally just got bought out by this liar. Yeah. Do you guys not see what's happening in Michigan already? You can practice whatever religion you want, but do not expect every single person around you to practice that same religion. And when you have prayer calls happening in Michigan, that is what they are trying to do. And what do you think is going to happen to New York? This is not good, and it just shows that liberals want to bring chaos and division and violence to the United States. You guys have become so anti-American because of your Trump derangement syndrome, and you blame Donald Trump for every single thing, when in reality, you should all take a look in the mirror.
Whoa, that little rant over there. I mean, I wanted to give her a chance, but looking at it, it's not like every time you lose you start blaming the other side, because this is a democracy where the majority get it. Even if you do not like the person that was voted in, at least you gotta have to respect that some majority of people have their opinions aligning with the candidate that they have chosen. So at least you have to wait for the next term or for your next candidate so that you can vote them in. And when they get in again, I know you'll be clouded by judgment and also try to write off those opponents that you have defeated. That is not democracy. That is immature politics. But in mature politics, even if the person who has been voted in, you do not subscribe to their politics, I mean, you just have to accept defeat or concede defeat for the first time at least. So the last lady over there, I don't think the opinions that she was trying to say there, I do not buy it. If you want people to join Maga side or the liberal side or conservative side, then these are not the type of sentiments that you have to do there. Now, the second last speaker, I also have a little bit of criticism towards that. I do not think that, yes, Democrats are winning by a huge margin, which is great. Also, women are at it. But I don't think that Donald Trump is gonna openly just write off that women have taken a good step towards it. He's gonna show his colors. I know he has a history with women, but I don't think he's gonna show his colors just in public like that. And this is evident especially from the last two previous political meetings which Donald Trump expressed himself with the Italian Prime Minister and also the Japan new Prime Minister. I really do think that he won't do that as long as these people do not. I know there's be a lot of rage baiting which might make him do that, but if they stay calm, I don't think he's gonna be like that. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of history, although you've seen also him going after someone like AOC. So It's a 50-50 chance. This is just a mayoral race and a little bit of a governor thing. But come 2026, that is gonna be a huge one. Now the Republican Party has to go back to the drawing board and look at it all, because this is just an implication of what might happen coming the next midterm election. Now, even though they think that they are strong politically, remember, there was a little bit of difference in the house. If this continues happening and they cannot rebuild quicker, they might have a threat, and maybe the Democrats are going to be voted in more and more, and the people might be tired with what is happening right now. Sometimes the polls might show that Donald Trump is up there, but it might be falling apart slowly and he's not recognizing that. But anyways, progressives are winning, that they have won bigger this week. People are speculating that Donald Trump is going to have a meltdown, which I am totally agreeing. It's just a matter of maybe hours before we hear from Donald Trump and his opinion towards Mamdani winning. He was a big opposer of Mamdani and he quickly wrote him off, even supporting Cuomo. And we know Donald Trump has not been having a good relationship with Cuomo. It's just that he just didn't want Mamdani to win. And now that he's won somebody who is a migrant from the progressive side and from a different religion, I know that he's gonna be pissing him off, as well as also people from the Republican sect, not forgetting the lawmakers in that side. And congrats for Virginia also for electing a woman. But we have to be careful on our celebratory mode, because now these leaders have the task to, or have the mandate to prove is wrong and to prove everyone wrong by performing. They need to work hard, they need to represent the people very well, because if they fail, this will prejudice the coming midterm election. They would feel like, oh, so voting against the current administration also does not help. It's like a form of revenge, but this revenge is not helping us, and maybe these people are not going to represent our interests. So there's that two sides of things where the voters have to be careful about it so that they cannot regret in future. But that's just about it. A migrant from a different religion, defying the odds. I'm saying that because I know New York is also full progressive. There's no way they're gonna vote for a Republican Party. But let's see how these allegations of Mamdani being a communist or a socialist, I don't know what they're saying, if that is gonna affect, or if that is gonna take effect, or is New York going to turn to be a Muslim state? That and a lot to come is what we are going to sit back and relax and see how Mamdani is gonna drive, or is gonna ride this part of New York. He's only a mayor, but I know mayors sometimes have big influence over cities or over states, so we'll be patient to see that and see how he's gonna perform. It's gonna be a benchmark for other progressives that are gonna be vying for the 2026 midterm election. But hey guys, that's just my opinion. I don't know how you feel about this whole issue. Do you think Donald Trump is gonna have a huge meltdown? And if he's gonna be having a meltdown, what is he gonna say? Do you feel very happy that Mamdani has finally won this New York mayoral race? Or do you think that New York has dug a grave for itself? Do you think the socialist ideology or the communist ideology is gonna take effect in New York? And do you think New York is far away from redemption, or New York is on the verge of healing itself because they have elected a progressive candidate? Let me know in the comment section down there below. Also, if you do disagree with what I've said, please do so respectfully in the comment section down there below. Your opinions and thoughts will be really insightful to shape up this video. Do so respectfully. Don't forget to go and check the creators that are featured in today's video. Their usernames have been embedded in the stitched videos as always. Go on to their TikToks, follow their accounts, like their videos, and for this upload today, make sure you smash a huge thumbs up button, consider subscribing, turn on post notifications so that you may not miss my next upload. And with that guys, Danny here, signing out. Peace.